once again, good friends. Welcome, new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. We've talked about paint enhancements. We've talked about two-step corrections. Today, we're going to talk about what falls directly in between, and that is a solid one-step. What's the difference between an enhancement and a one-step? Well, with a one-step, you are getting a little bit more aggressive. You're going after some deeper imperfections. The pad choice is a little bit wider as you now have available some more aggressive pads. The chemicals are also just a little bit more aggressive, have some more aggressive abrasives. Still safe, still a nice, safe service to offer if you're just starting out and want to go beyond basic cleanings and an enhancement. So don't get too intimidated by just because it's called a one-step correction. It's still very safe. You're going to get around the car in the same amount of time. If you're a seasoned vet, you can make just about anything work. Choose the right pad with the right compound, and depending on the surface, if it's a hard clear coat or a soft clear coat, are you going after heavy imperfections or light imperfections? However, if you're a beginner, I would suggest stick to the one-step polishes they have out there, or the 3-in-1s, however they're labeled. And there are many out there already. There's a lot more coming out. There's new ones that are just being released as we speak. So look into those. Those are absolutely everything you need in one bottle. A more aggressive compound and a polish, and then something to protect all at once. Get around the car rather quick, correct, protect, and move on. So let's get out into the shop. I'm going to demonstrate a little bit. I'll show some of the products, some of the pads. The method's going to be the same as an enhancement. That first pass is going to be some moderate pressure, sort of similar to a firm handshake, and then ease up the following passes. And then you can either follow up with your own protection if you're using a certain polish or compound, or if you're using a 3-in-1, you're going to be done. You can move on to your next job. So let's get going. All right, so we're moving beyond just a paint enhancement or an exfoliation where we were just trying to get some depth and clarity and shine out of the paint. Now we're starting to go after some minor defects. So you can see the chemicals changing here. We have some more chemicals to choose from. You see the pads are changing. We have more aggressive pads introduced into the fold here. On the left, we have our one-steps or all-in-ones or 3-in-1s. Just a small example. And on the right, we have some chemicals some of the seasoned vets can use to team up with just about any pad. You can make anything work, depending on what you're working on. We're going to pick just two here. We'll pick the all-in-ones. Two all-in-ones, the Enigma all-in-one and the Essence all-in-one. Here are two examples of chemicals that have everything in one bottle to let you provide that service for your customer. It has abrasives that start out aggressive, that diminish, so you can then polish. And it also has something to protect the vehicle. You can get that done in one trip, get around the car quickly, and move on to your next job. Here is an example of a panel that is hazed. It's dull. It needs to be not only enhanced, but there are some swirls in there that we can go after with the products we have chosen today. And that also will lay down some protection at the end. So let's get started. First, you're going to wash, you're going to clay, you're going to decontaminate, you're going to do your IP wipe or your panel prep before we get started here, just like you would for paint enhancement. That has in fact been done to this panel. I'm going to divide it into two sections, and we'll test out these two products today. I'll demonstrate them for you, show them how they can be used, show them what they will do for you depending on what type of damage is on the surface. CarPro Essence will be up first here on this side of the panel. We're going to shake it up good. We're going to shake it up for no less than 20 seconds. Something that may have been sitting on the shelf for quite some time, that has abrasives, it has lubrication, it has protection in it. You want to make sure that's all mixed up properly before it comes out of the bottle. Dab out the product, spread out the product evenly over the section you're working on. I'll recommend a 2x2 or a 3x3 section, depending on if you're sheltered or if you're out working in direct sunlight. The correction speed is going to be exactly like this, 1 inch every second or two. It is the proper speed to get enough work done to do your correcting, yet not hovering over the same area for a period of time, raising temperatures to improper temperatures and actually starting to do damage and stressing the clear coat itself. You'll often see me do a crisscross pattern up and down, left to right, or vice versa, and then check my work. I do it this way because it gives the panel some time to cool down. I can also then blow out the pad, clean it so it's working 100% properly. I could add some more product if needed. I can also check and see if my work's done and some of those imperfections are gone and there's no need to do another pass, I'll save that clear coat. If not, and I need to go over it one more time, that's absolutely fine. I'll add some more product and I'll go to it. But you won't see me do 4 or 5 passes all simultaneously. That'll keep raising the temperature on that panel. I'll stop and check my work after that crisscross pattern, and like I said, that'll give the panel a chance to cool down. So keep in mind here and picture this, we're working on one panel. We have half the panel taped off, and that's room temperature. The panel we're working on is now probably reaching, and I showed this in a previous video, of the raise of temperature up to 90, 100 some degrees. So this side of the panel is rising rapidly, and the side where my right hand was lying is room temperature. You can imagine the stress you're putting on the clear coat. So that's why I like to give it a chance just to cool down, even if it's slightly. That is something the clear coat will appreciate, believe me. I often get emails with great questions, and one of the questions is, I live in an area where it gets a lot of sunlight, it gets hot, the panel reaches 100, 110, what's the difference? Well, the difference is the whole panel is heating up and then cooling down all at the same time. Yes, it may be a little bit stressful, but not as stressful as one panel having different areas with different temperatures. Let me pause for one short minute here. When we're doing a paint enhancement, this being the clear coat, we're just basically doing an exfoliation, removing some of the dead paint molecules, bringing back a little bit of gloss and reflection. With the one step, we're just getting a little bit more aggressive. We're digging a little bit deeper into the 4 or 5 micron territory, but we're also leaving behind some protection, and I myself will always add some more. I'm going to put Cupion on top of that all-in-one angel wax product that we're showing here today, and we're going to build back up pretty much almost what we took off. We're not really getting aggressive or removing a lot of clear coat, but we're doing just a little bit more work, going after some more imperfections and damage. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, let's move over to this side of the panel and grab the Angel Wax All-in-One. One thing you may have noticed on the Essence side, it's a little bit harder to remove. These products are harder to remove. If you're just starting to use them, you'll notice that, and it is normal. We'll spread out the product, and this side is going to be done exactly the same as the other side. All right, I did a crisscross pattern. Up and down would be the first pass, left to right would be the second pass. We'll wipe off the residue, we'll check our work. Hopefully that has removed enough blemishes to satisfy the customer and we can move on, save the rest of the clear coat. If not, we can do 2 more passes if we need to. We don't need to go crazy during a one step. You want to get around the car as quick as possible. All right, let's take a look at this panel. We made quite a difference. There's quite a turnaround. We did remove or erase some of the minor imperfections. We brought back some clarity, some gloss, and we also laid down protection. The one on the left has fillers, essence. That is that one there is meant to lay ground for one of their coatings. The one on the right is a standalone Angel Wax all-in-one. You can top it. I do. That doesn't have fillers. It is a medium cut compound that is combined with nano ceramics, and there's the difference between the two. Again, they lay down decent protection. They have hydrophobic qualities. And to add one more thing, this is a great service for you beginners to add. It's safe, it's quick, it's easy. You can make a huge turnaround on a vehicle, yet it's not a major correction. Okay, gang. So if you're somebody just starting out, a beginner out there, and you want to offer something like this, something beyond an enhancement or just some basic cleaning services, and you're still not comfortable, you can email me or call me or text me, and we'll go over whatever you need to know, whatever makes you comfortable. You can obviously go grab panels, just like I always suggest, from a local body shop. They're always more than happy to get rid of panels sitting out back. Believe me, there won't be a problem there. Set them up on horses, and you can practice this method with whatever polisher pad and chemical you choose. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.